It's Paul's Picks with Paul Carey. I'm David Schallenberg. Hello, Paul.
Hello, David.
Mix of stuff for this one, Paul.
Lots of fun stuff going on here.
Yep, so we've got wines with...
Hot sauces.
Hot sauces.
Yeah.
So our friend Haico makes a whole bunch of hot sauces here in Ottawa, and he reached out and said, hey guys, how do you pair wine and hot sauces? To which your response was...
Well, let's find out.
So in this particular case, we're pairing it with some chips, but I think we're also sort of thinking about just hot sauces in general. So this could be other foods.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, so the thinking here for this particular segment is that we got the most boring, plainest chips you could imagine because that's not the focus. The focus is the sauce and what type of effect is the sauce going to have when you pair it with certain styles of wines. I have not tried the pairings yet. You have not tried the pairing yet.
Nope.
We're going in there completely a la fresco. So whatever happens, happens.
Right.
So the first wine, it's called Jacob's Creek Moscato. It is off dry. So in other words, it's a little sweet.
It's pretty sweet. When you smell this, you instantly think of summer patio days.
Yep, nice little effervescence to it. Definitely some acidity, but the sweetness is really what persists.
Okay.
So what do you want to pair it with? A Canadian jerk.
It's actually a very mild hot sauce.
It's not a traditional jerk style. I find it a little bit more Indian food, like more curries to me.
Well,
it
a
tastes
jerk
more,
would be a Caribbean, like a Caribbean jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Is pretty sort of common. So by calling it a Canadian jerk, I think he's toning it down a little bit.
He used something I thought was pretty interesting. He actually uses apple cider vinegar, which is really interesting and actually really, really good for you. Now, when I paired it with the wine, the wine stood up. I didn't lose the wine at all. If anything, I found the wine got a little sweeter.
I would agree entirely because I would have thought that a hot sauce like this would just destroy the wine.
Yeah.
And the wine would just go back to being
not at all.
entirely like water. So now instantly we sort of think about a jerk chicken, a jerk pork with this.
Fish tacos.
Oh.
Eh? What do you think?
Yes, with this sort of white wine.
You know, a good fish taco with this, and again a wine that's a little bit on the sweeter side actually works. So far 1 for 1. Yeah.
1 for 1. All right.
Okay, so the next wine that we're going to be trying is a wine from Spain.
Okay.
Okay, the main grape variety that it is called Tempranillo.
Right.
So for those people who've never had Tempranillo before, it's very similar to a Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay. And this is called Radio Boka. I love this wine because price-wise, you're looking at a bottle that's only $14.
Wow, pretty cheap.
So that's pretty interesting. Now,
So stop talking about it and pour me some.
yeah, get to the pouring.
Yeah,
Here.
skip the... All right, now you can keep talking.
Okay. Dave needs wine in his glass.
There's nothing worse than the long explanation while there's a bottle sitting in front of the table.
So in other words, we got to dumb it down a bit. Is that what we're trying to say here?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to pair this one with the Ring of Fire. And it should be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen here because this is still kind of on the lighter style. But let's try the cab first. So what did you think, Dave?
The Tempranillo?
Yeah.
Cherries. Definitely cherries.
Yeah.
Lots of cherries.
Not too oaky.
No.
Not too oaky at all.
A little sweet, I think.
For me, I'm getting a lot of kind of that dark chocolate and black licorice, cherry, like you were mentioning. It's not heavy. It's not overly oaky at all. For sipping, this is a great, just on its own style wine. But we want to see what's going to happen when we put some Ring of Fire.
So Ring of Fire is the name of the pepper, not the effect.
Well, I don't know about that. That's quite the change from the Canadian jerk.
Oh, yeah?
Like, night and day. Night and day difference. Yeah, there it is. But
mild at the start, but then comes on.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
The effect it has on the wine is tremendous. It boosted up the alcohol levels of the wine. I find my tongue got a lot more sort of prickly, and the heat sensation was there. And all of a sudden, I lost some fruit of the wine, I'm not going to lie, but I did get a lot more all of a sudden. The sour cherries really came through the wine.
There it is. Yep.
That's really very nice.
I think I screwed it up that I put too much hot sauce on my chip. But having a chip with like a lesser amount of hot sauce, the more logical way that it would be. I agree. Sour cherry came out. The sweetness, the chocolate is gone. And there's a completely different taste.
When I tasted this, and the first thing that came to my mind, what would I do or what would I use this sauce with? This time of year, chili. I'd be adding it to my chili.
Oh.
You got hockey's on, football's on, baseball's on, you got a pot of chili on a Sunday. Some of that in there. Beautiful.
And a very affordably priced red bottle of wine.
$14.
And you can buy this one in the box, right?
You can get that in a box size as well.
So that, that on chili with a box of wine for
better be ready to call in sick on Monday, I'll tell you that.
For a Sunday football game, that would be a winner.
Yeah, I like that. That worked out. We're 2 for 2, I think.
Yep,
I'm going to go out and say 2 for 2.
Excellent.
Good. All right, so the next wine
that
we're going to try is a wine from Australia, the Jacobs Creek Double Barrel Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
Now, this is a cool wine because they use normal barrel to age it.
Right.
But then, to finish the aging process off, they actually transfer the wine into Irish whiskey barrels.
Oh, cool.
To get kind of a multi-layered sort of flavor. So before you start yelling at me that I'm not pouring it quick enough there.
I'm just sitting staring at it. That's true. You know the feeling when you're staring at something that you can't have?
There you go. So we're going to pair that with the, it's going to be the Stray Dog Hounds of Hell. Now, Dave, why is it Stray Dog?
Stray Dog Brewing Company is a craft brewer here in Ottawa, and they have a beer they call a Shaggin' Wagon, which is an IPA. This is another one that comes out fast.
Yeah.
This one takes sort of that Shaggin' Wagon IPA flavor, which is a fairly typical IPA, and that's kind of an orangeness to it, like an orange peel, orange rind to it, and added it into this hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
What do you get on the wine?
Raspberry and strawberry jam. For sure. There's vanilla and oak tones to it, absolutely.
This one is a medium hot sauce. They gave it 3 out of 5 habaneros or whatever it is. So we're getting more spicy as we go.
Water.
Okay. So pour a bit of it on my plate and dip it and not go too deep into it. Because you're not supposed to just eat hot sauce.
Oh.
Unless the boys are over and you're having a challenge.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this is, we might be.
This might not be a good idea?
Might not be a good idea. That pretty much destroyed the wine. For me, anyway.
So I didn't get as much hot sauce because I learned from your mistake.
Ooh. Because the sauce on its own is phenomenal. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's spicy. It does have a little bit of an orange.
Yeah, there's a bit of an orange here. Yeah.
But a lot of straight heat.
Yeah.
And they talk about how it's smoked habaneros that is a part of that hot sauce. And the smokiness is there too.
Yeah,
and a lingering heat.
Oh. As soon as I tasted this sauce, the first thing that came to my mind for food pairing is homemade steak fajitas. But again, I would use that sauce sparingly. I would not put too much because I think the sauce could easily overpower your wine.
Yeah,
so be careful.
The wine is pretty close to water.
Yeah.
With that sort of thing.
Yeah.
However, some of that Cabernet Sauvignon is trying to get through. So I think he's just using it sparingly.
It's struggling. Right. It's struggling for sure, just like I am right now. Wow. This is going to sound a little boring, but whatever. Leftover pizza. A lot of people like to put hot sauce on their pizza.
Yeah.
When they heat it up.
That would go really well with it.
All right, we're down to our last pairing. I'm looking forward to this one here. A Taylor Fladgate Tawny Port.
So we are going to take something very sweet and pair it with...
This is going to hurt.
The Devil's Brew is what he calls this one.
Oh.
And on the scale of 5 habaneros, you've got a 5+ on this. So, but this is as a personal recommendation from Haico, saying that just goes really well with the sweetness of a port.
I can see that.
No, you can?
Because you're doing some contrasting flavors there. So you're pitting sweet against sour. It's kind of like Godzilla and Mothra.
Okay.
It's kind of, think of that. And let's see what happens.
All right, so first of all, a port. Give us a little bit of the history of a port.
So a port is a fortified wine. So essentially what they do is they halt the fermentation of a wine while there's still very, very high levels of sugar in it.
Right.
Okay. Then for a tawny port, what they'll do is they'll wood age it. And after they wood age it, that will pull out some characteristics of the wood. So you'll get things like caramel, butterscotch, vanilla, that type of thing, toffee.
So this tawny port I bought a couple of days ago because I knew we were doing this segment, and I accidentally drank most of the bottle watching a hockey game the other night.
Accidentally.
So I had intended to bring in a full bottle. And all
Accidentally.
Yeah, it's really good. And just sort of everything you want in...
I'd probably try the port before.
Oh, I know what the port tastes like.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you
accidentally drank most of the bottle.
Yeah, all right.
You know, toffee, chocolate, but all
full. Very full, very sweet.
But all in balance, and it falls under that sweet but not too sweet category. And I think that's why I accidentally drank most of the bottle. Is because you underestimate how much booze that actually is.
20%.
Yeah.
20%. You're sweating.
Yeah, I know.
You're sweating right under the eyes.
I'm debating going in on this, but there's no choice now.
I'm not. No way. Oh, well, I guess.
Okay, Horace, we're still on the hot sauce. The hot sauce hits late, but when it hits, it hits.
I feel it in my toes. Oh, that's hot.
All right, so I'm still racing the hot sauce. The hottest hot sauce ever.
Oh.
And what does the port do?
Calms it right down.
So first of all, the port still comes through.
Yeah.
I can taste the port.
Yeah.
My tongue hurts.
Yeah.
But
looks like your face hurts too.
Yeah, maybe I had more of the hot sauce than I should have. But I can still taste the port.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The port, because it's high concentrated alcohol and sugar, has kept up. Sweeter. Yeah, it's kept up, and it's not lost anything really to that hot sauce. This isn't actually, you know what? As far as an experiment goes here,
yeah,
we might need a paramedic here. Anyone have a phone? Oh, there. But the pairing worked, and hey, it worked out great.